Shabbat Shalom, Temple Emmanuel. Just relaxing today, thinking about Torah and Shabbat and the weekend. We have lots in store for us this weekend. This is Shabbat Shirah. It's the song of the sea. It's when the Israelites go forth to freedom. But freedom is not something they necessarily want. They're a little scared of it. And with freedom comes much responsibility. And so it is in our own lives when we reflect on what freedom means to each of us. So as they're headed towards the Sea of Reeds, ready to get out, they see the sea in front of them. How are they going to get across? And they look behind them, and the Egyptians are right behind them. And they complain, and they say, what? After all of this, we're just not going to make it. We're not going to survive. You brought us out of here again to die in the wilderness. And what's very powerful about this moment is they say, Moses, what are we going to do? And they pray to God, and God says, don't worry. Have faith. Moses, lift up your staff, wave it over the sea, and the sea will part for you. And even with the sea parting, the Israelites didn't want to go in. Nachshon ben Aminadav, Nachshon was the one who stepped forward to part the sea. But they still needed some faith. They still needed hope that it would happen. And so much we talk about the fears that hold us back. There's so much fear that we have in our own lives and stuff that is deep inside that we don't want to admit. But that hope and that sense of faith is what gets us through and continues to get us through the tough times, especially as we watch what's going on around the world with anti-Semitism, and not just in France, but all over the world. And that hope, that sense of faith, gets us through. And if you don't want to believe it, believe something that's very American. Even though plenty of Jews follow along for many, many years. Believe Snoopy. So Snoopy, in the Peanuts Guide to Life, here's what Snoopy says. Keep looking up. That's the secret to life. Is Snoopy talking about God? Look up towards God, have faith. Who knows? Snoopy wasn't wearing his kippah when they took his picture for this one. But we know that looking up, being positive, having a sense of hope and faith is what gets us through all the time. So whether you believe Snoopy or you believe Moses and God, choose to believe however you want to believe. But know that looking up and being optimistic always gets us through to the promised land where we want to be. So on this Shabbat, where it is Shabbat Shirah, 6 o'clock we have a first grade dinner and service, followed by our 8 o'clock service, which is going to be in the round. It's going to be something new. It's going to be intimate and spiritual, and it's going to be with Kol Emmanuel, who's going to join our ranks to join us in song. Come, you're not going to want to miss this beautiful spiritual Shabbat, 8 p.m. in the social hall. Followed by, over the weekend, Torah study, again Saturday morning, followed by our Just For You Tu B'Shvat service at 1 p.m. And on Sunday, Rabbi David, who's returned from Cuba, for a joint Sisterhood Men's Club brunch, will talk about his trip and what happened in Cuba and what's the messages for us as American Jews. So come and join us. Kindergarten families, you're on for Sunday. It's your family ed. I'll be joining you for a very special program about the Torah. So come, join us. Lots happening in Temple Emmanuel. Shabbat Shalom, Temple Emmanuel. Have an amazing Shabbat and a beautiful weekend.